Texas A&M was affected by, graduation, was affected by one player leaving, but they still have a strong core. And they even brought in a couple or four players, not to mention, while recruiting wasn't a strong point of this year, they have a strong sophomore class that are staying, that were recruited by Joni Taylor. And we need to talk about this team because Joni Taylor may have had a less than stellar season last year, 14 and 13. Uh, he's working on getting this team going the right direction. Now, her first season was not a good one. She was 9 and 20. And then 2024, 2025 was 10 and 19, but 2023, 2024 they went 19 and 13, made it to the NCAA first round. Last season they made it to WBIT first round where they got beat by McNeese State, who, by the way, Gazzardo, the head coach of McNeese State, is now at Florida, so that's going to be an interesting game. But when she was at Georgia, she made it to the NCAA four times. Didn't have a losing season. Came close though one year. Went 16 and 15 her second year there. But she went 140 wins, 75 losses. Now, while she's been at Texas A&M, they've gone 45 and 58. Not good. 11 and 39 in the SEC, where with Georgia she went 63 and 48. So she's slowly getting this team, the Texas A&M Aggies, where she wants them, and they must still like her because they're keeping her. Here's somebody that was an associate head coach at Louisiana Tech, associate head coach at Alabama, LSU assistant coach. Georgia, she was the assistant associate head coach before she became the head coach, and then came over to the Aggies. But let's talk about who left. Now, Sarah Pryor graduated. I think she went into the draft, but she didn't get drafted, but she did sign with the New York Liberty. Lauren Ware graduated. Linya Hilton graduated. Jordan Webster graduated. In fact, Jana, of all players, this is one of those players that you be surprised of. Somebody who went pretty much a double double transferred to the Lady Balls. Now, they've kept a whole lot more, but their top two players are gone. Number four player gone. It's going to be interesting what she's able to do. Also, before I get too far into it, hey, I'm going to put some Texas A&M gear up if you're watching on YouTube. I'm trying to get Academy Sports and Outdoors to sponsor me. Uh, so check them out. I like Academy Sports and Outdoors. Love camping. I'm a redneck. Of course, I love going outdoors. So their outdoors part, love what they got there. Plus the sports part, because, well, hey, you're watching Redneck Sports. But give them a shot. They're a good brand. Now, this we're going to cover all this by the numbers, as I always do, because Redneck Sports. If you've been here before, I cover the numbers. But this is going to be a solid team, even with the 5 losses in players. Now, 4 of which graduated, but John is probably going to be the hardest one to replace because they probably were not expecting that. But let's break it down, starting with the guards, then I'm going to cover the forwards. So, let's do it. Welcome to Redneck Sports Channel. I cover women's basketball on here because this seems to be what everybody wants to watch.
Artlist.io.
I have an SEC bias. I have an American Athletic Conference bias. Why? Because I love both those conferences. both in football and in basketball, primarily women's basketball. Yes, once in a while I'll cover other sports, but we focus on women's basketball because that's what you folks seem to want. Now let's get into this. Now, the first player that they're keeping is Jani Kent. She was the third leading scorer. She played 27 games, all 27 of them, 26.7 minutes a game, 9 points a game, 3 rebounds, zero point 0.9 assists, zero point 0.4 steals, zero point 0.3 blocks, 1.4 turnovers, 36.4 field goal percentage, 31.5 3-point percentage, and 76.2 free throw percentage. Hopefully she'll get her shooting percentages up. Celeste Blow, who was the fifth leading scorer, played all 27 games, 20 minutes a game, 6.3 points, 1.4 rebounds, zero point 0.6 assists, zero point 0.3 steals, no blocks, 1.1 turnovers. Another one that you hope that she gets her shooting up, 36.3 field goal percentage, 33.3 3-point percentage, and 72.9 free throw percentage. Peen Steenbergen, far down the list, only played 16 games, 9.2 minutes for each one of those games, 2.1 points, 1.3 rebounds, zero point 0.1 assists, 0.2 steals, 0.3 blocks, 0.6 turnovers, 27.3 field goal percentage, 19.4 3-point percentage, and 100% free throw percentage. Cheney Spencer, another one far down the list, but she did play in 26 of the 27 games, 5.6 minutes a game, zero point 0.7 points, 0.3 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 0.1 steals, no blocks, 0.7 turnovers, 19.4 field goal percentage, 26.7 3-point percentage, and 50% free throw shooting. Then you got Talia Kaboka. Only played in 10 games, 4.8 minutes those games, no points, 0.3 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 0.3 steals, no blocks, 1.2 turnovers. She didn't hit anything, so it doesn't matter. Then you got Gianna Gentry, very last on the list, only played 2 games, 1 minute per game, no points, actually no stats whatsoever. Then you got Kania Boyd, basically she's transferring from the Lady Ball, so pretty much a trade for Fat Matajana. She was way down on the list. Did play 26 games though, 10.9 minutes a game, 1.6 points a game, 1.3 rebounds, so really strong on rebounding, 0.8 assists, 0.6 steals, no blocks, 0.6 turnovers, 34.1 field goal percentage, 25% 3-point percentage, and 80% free throws. And then you got Kaylin Gilbert from LSU. She was pretty far down the list. Only played 5 games, 13.8 minutes per each one of those 5 games, though. 5.6 points, 1.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.8 steals, no blocks, 1.2 turnovers, 32% field goal percentage, 12.5 3-point percentage, but 100% free throw percentage. Now, I'm going to say this. These guards are not much in the way of shooting. That's for certain. Their shooting percentages stink badly. That's going to be a problem unless, Joni Taylor is going to be able to get them to get that practice in on the court. But that is their guards that are staying and the 2 that have come in. Now let's take a look at their forwards that are staying. We're going to start with, well, actually their centers where we're starting. Emerald Parker, pretty far down the list, but she did play 26 of the 27 games, 10.7 minutes a game, 2.3 points a game, 2.8 rebounds, so there's a good sign right there. 0.2 assists, 0.2 steals, 0.3 blocks, 0.8 turnovers, 49% field goal percentage, not bad. No 3-pointers, and 54.2 free throw percentage. Anita Franchini only played 16 games, 10.4 minutes per each one of those games, 1.4 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, no assists, zero point 0.5 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, zero point 0.8 turnovers, 38.9 field goal percentage, 33.3 3-point percentage, and 58.3 free throw percentage. Vanessa Sadu uh, only played 14 games, 7.1 game or minutes per game, zero point 0.6 points, 1.6 rebounds, zero point 0.1 assists, zero point 0.4 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, zero point 0.8 turnovers, 26.7 field goal percentage, didn't shoot three pointers, and had 50% free throw percentage. Then you got Abifa Azogu, only played two games, 1.5 minutes per each one of those games, no points, no, only had one turnover in the two games. And then you've got Essence Cody. Now this is a good pick. Essence Cody played 27 of their 35 games, 23.4 minutes per game. She's second leading scorer, 11.5 points, 4 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 1.1 steals, 1 block, 1.7 turnovers, 56.4 field goal percentage, 37.1 3-point percentage, and 75.3 free throw percentage. Solid numbers right there. And then you got Mia Burse coming in from Georgia. 32 played all 32 games, 12 and a half minutes a game, 3.1 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, real strong there. 0.3 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, 0.4 turnovers, 50.6 field goal percentage, didn't hit any three pointers, and 41% free throw percentage. Yet again, you've got a few that are hitting their shots like they need to, got some strong rebounding in there, but other than Essence Cody, no real standouts right now. Emerald Parker could probably do something once she gets a little bit more acclimated, but it's a shooting percentage. Now, I'm going to say this much. I think that the best thing that Joni Taylor can work on this next season is the shooting percentages. Her team, well, they only had a 39% shooting percentage, had a 30% 3-point percentage, and a 67.8 free throw percentage. They were good when it came to rebounding, but that shooting percentage led to them being kind of weak in points. They only averaged 65.3 points a game, only had two players in double digits in scoring. They've got a good rebounding system going on. Assists were a little weak. Steals were strong. I will give them that. They were stealing, but they lost their two best ball thieves. Jordan Webster also graduated, so three best ball thieves. Blocks, they were really weak in. They're going to have to work on improving that. They lost their best blocker, which was Lauren Ware. They did lose their three worst turnover people, which now Sarah Pryor graduated, Lemia Hilton graduated, and Fatmata Jana transferred. If they can get their shooting percentages up, I can see this team being scary. You've got a solid team here that have already, most of which have already played under Joni Taylor. The four you brought in, Essence Cody is very strong as a player. Maya Burst, not a bad player at all. Kaylin Gilbert, learning under Kim Mulkey, strong. Can I avoid? I don't know about. I don't know how much of what happened this past season will affect her play. But you've got an interesting group. They look like they could do something. In many other conferences, this could be a conference title contender. I don't see them being able to do that in the SEC. I wouldn't see them doing it in the Big Ten. Uh, but it's a solid core. I can see them having another winning season, but I don't see them doing much else other than having a winning season. They might, and I stress might, be able to make it to the NCAAs. They're looking like another WBIT bound kind of team. But that all depends on their shooting. It really does. Uh, that really is something that I would work on all off season. Would be getting all of them working on their shooting percentages. You know that Jani can give you what you need. You know that since Cody can give you what you need. Not to mention you've got several other. Celeste Blow can do decent. Emerald Parker's not bad, but you've got to get the fundamentals. That's what this team looks like they're missing a little bit of. But Joni Taylor knows what that means, why you need those things. She was a player. She played for Alabama. She's coached Georgia to several good seasons. So she knows what it takes, so I can see her being able to do it. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker, I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.